This time I'd like to tell you a story about the Songololos who found some interesting but disturbing things. You see, the Songololo family and their friends decided to go out for a walk one day. Yep, they were just going to go for a walk down through the fields in front of their compost heap home, under the fence into the veld, and from the veld into the forest. They looked around to see if they could find anything that was dangerous, and they saw nothing. And so off they went, under the fence, and they started walking through the field, one after the other in that little pathway that the Songololos walked on. And suddenly, one of them stopped and said, "Guys, what's this? Come and check this." And they all gathered around. There was a long piece of white something. They tried to nibble on it, but it wouldn't taste good. It didn't taste good. They tried to move it, but it got stuck. It was nearly as long as one of the smallest Songololos when he lay in a little bit of a curve. They didn't know what it was. "Let's try and get it out of here," they said. And they took it, and they pulled, and they pushed, and they couldn't move it. "Oh no, we better leave it then. But why do people chuck the stuff here?" What it was actually something off, I think it was a juice bottle or a milk bottle, a little piece of plastic that lay in their field. Anyway, they carried on. They walked across the little pathway into the forest where they found themselves enjoying a lot of fun because there were trees to climb and there were paths to walk on and lots of stuff to do. And then one of them said, "There's something hard here. Come and look." And so they went to have a look. As they looked, they saw there was something that was really hard, and it was round, and it had some points on it. What on earth could this be? They didn't know. They tried to bite it, but it hurt them because it was so hard. "Oh," they said, "some more stuff that somebody's dropped here." And they decided they'd better just leave it there because they couldn't fix anything. What they'd found the second time was a bottle top of some kind of bottle that somebody had left there. It was metal, and it just got in the way. They carried on playing in the forest for a while, and then they started making their way back through the forest, the long way round, back to go home. On their way home, one of them stopped and said, "Look at this funny piece of wood." Well, one bigger one said, "That's not a piece of wood. We don't know what it is, but it's awful. And it stinks. And why is it in our forest?" They couldn't figure it out. Somebody had dropped something else and they didn't know what it was. Oh, well, I can tell you what it was. It was actually a little bit left over from a cigarette that somebody had been smoking. The cigarette in the forest. Oh dear. Well, somewhat saddened, they went back home, across the little pathway, into the field, zigzagging through the grass in the little alleyways and byways, and made their way back under the fence into the yard. And as they got to the compost heap family Songololos turned off, and into their compost heap they went, and the others all went back home. They weren't all that happy, although they'd had a really fun time in the forest and in the field. You see, that Songololo story tells us about stuff that we might be able to help. Not to chuck our rubbish into the fields and into the forests, to throw it into the place where it goes, the bin, so it can be disposed of. Because, oh, shame, the Songololos can't chuck it away, but we can. We'll chat again sometime. Till then, bye. See you.